On first down, Breeze. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, and it's second down.
We all know how important momentum is in a game, and when an offense decides to take a deep shot downfield, they're trying to create a big play and put doubt in the defense's mind the rest of the ball game. And in this case, the defense won the battle, batted the ball away deep downfield. So guess what? The momentum now quickly shifted from the offense taking the shot to the defense knocking it away, and now they feel like they might be in control.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. To throw is Breeze. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Taken in at the 11. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Snap comes at 1. Manning. He dumps it off to Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Now a play fake. Manning will let it go deep for Beckham. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The way in, touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, 78 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The football going back to the New Orleans Saints. And I wanted to ask you, Charles, for the Saints, how you think they stack up against the other teams near the top of the NFC, the Rams, the Bears. Where do you think they figure in?
Well, they can score well enough that if the Rams set a heavy pace, they can go out and they can score with them and stay right there. They have enough defense that if Chicago makes it a low-scoring defensive affair, they got enough defense to win that way. So my answer in short order is they stack up with anyone. In a lot of ways, I think everyone has to figure out they stack up with New Orleans. Because at the end of the day, Drew Brees is calling plays for the New Orleans Saints and throwing the football downfield. He could be the difference in any big game.
And maybe they have a little extra motivation with the way their season ended last year against Minnesota. On second down, Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Breeze now on first down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And now off to the races down the right side.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He's going to get it running right. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns.
Now Breeze wants the football, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and they're going to set up shop at the 27. Yard line. So the fumble recovery, and now Manning to Barkley on the check down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Here's Manning to throw. Pass incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Manning to throw once more. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And Rosas puts this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? When they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now Kamara. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go, here we go.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Over the middle, complete. It's Carr. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 32 that time. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive lineman creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off, the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints get a bit closer. And he knocks it through. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Giants taking the field again here. And, you know, this is a team that got off to that woeful 1-7 start. They rallied a bit in the second half of the season here to get a few wins, but I don't think playing spoiler is what Pat Shurmur had in mind for his first season.
No, I don't believe that as well, and I think there were a lot of visions of going from worst to first in their division with Pat Shurmur as the head coach in addition to Saquon Barkley and getting the offense back on track with Odell Beckham Jr. being healthy again. But I go back to the Saquon Barkley move, picking him number 2 in the draft last year. Still hear criticism that the Giants should have taken a quarterback and built that way. They took the best rookie in the draft who's played above expectations. I would make the same pick every single time and find a way to build around him.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, gun.
Shotgun now for Manning. Finding some room at midfield. It's hauled in by Shepard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first, this from 41. And the kick by Rosas is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustment. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Teo in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Manning. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Throw left side complete to Ingram. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Manning now on first down. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass. Beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Manning going to come up on 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. again, it's Manning. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing now is Manning. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Manning. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get it.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick. Right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now Breeze. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Throwing now is Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carr. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Breeze to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, partner, like we always do this time of year with the holidays here and me happy for once. I want to say happy holidays to you, to your family, and to everybody out there in Madden Land.
I like how you said that. Before I do go on, though, happy holidays to you, your family, and everyone out there in Madden Land as well. And hope that they're safe and they're happy and successful holidays for all. But as you said, happy for once. Usually you're kind of a Grinch this time of year. What's going on?
Yeah, well, my heart grew 3 sizes this winter.
I love it. I love it. Got to get you some new clothes to accommodate that big chest.
But enjoy the holidays, everyone. Eat, be merry, enjoy your family time. They'll run it again with Barkley. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Manning going to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards there and a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Zebra.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Got it!
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Room here to run. Past the 20. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Breeze. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Zebra.
Manning now on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 43. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll get it down here to the 43. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Ready. You waiting? Got it.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Easy.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll be taken down at the 34. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready. Ready. 0-2, 0-2.
They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
They had to convert there on 4th down, and they ran the football. Major surprise, but they picked it up. Now they got to really hurry.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
The Saints on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Ready. Yellow wing.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
They'll start out on the ground as Saquon Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Zebra.
Back to throw, Manning. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He's now thrown 4 interceptions, and I hate to mention this, but he's a guy that has twice thrown 5 in his career in a single game.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And the tough part is, playing in this NFL, you don't normally just back off totally from throwing the football, do you? So potential exists for that 5th one to occur.
And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Manning looking to throw it. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Day.